everyone. Makeup mishaps, we've all been there, but we've got some easy fixes for you because we've got Grace Lee in the house and she knows what's up. Okay, when we're makeup mistakes, pretty often, we're all trying to fly out the door, right?
For sure.
Yeah, so they happen all the time, and there are many common ones, but we're going to show you 3 of the most common ones, and we're starting with the eyes. So let's talk about the mistake, and then let's talk about how to fix it.
Okay, so I feel like we've all been there, I mean, myself included, where I think I'm going to do this really beautiful kitten eye, and then I end up looking like a panda.
Yes.
So
because you start with the line, and then it's got to go thicker,
exactly, and then thicker, and then you have to do the symmetry, and then you're like, I'll add more on this side, and then you end up looking just like a crazy panda.
Yes.
So I don't recommend using eye makeup remover because sometimes if you've had your concealer and foundation on, you're going to remove all that good work.
Right.
So what I like to do is, you know, pointed Q-tips are your best friend.
Okay.
You can dip it in a bit of your eye cream or even a lotion, and you
tell me your model's name again.
Oh, her name is Grace. What
Grace.
a lovely name.
Grace and Grace. Love that name. Okay, so you're not going to use makeup remover, you said. Is that what you said?
Not going to use makeup remover.
We're not using makeup remover.
And I'm using eye cream because it's more hydrating. It's not going to remove all the layers that you put on underneath.
Yeah.
And then you can just easily just wipe it away. You can also dip it in like a clean brush as well. And it just makes it a lot easier to clean up. I'm just turning
Grace just a little bit this way, Grace, so that we can see. Beautiful. Okay, so it's going to clean it up.
You can clean up your edges. It's also great for fixing up and creating like a really crisp line.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
And then mascara, I tend to find that I always get mascara on my lids, and sometimes the biggest mistake is removing it too quickly.
So this is not on purpose, you're saying?
No.
Okay.
So if you actually let it dry down, it will just flake off. Like it will just come off because it flakes off like that. But if you do it right away, like that, and you try to remove it, it's just gonna be a smudgy mess. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So always wait for it to dry. You can, you know, go back to doing something else and then go back to it. It will literally wipe off.
Okay, good to know. Okay, so give it a second. Don't try and move it around when it's wet.
Exactly.
Next common mistake we're talking about is blush. We've got our model Chloe here. What about if you use too much blush? You're putting it on and you go a little wild. How do you take it off?
Yeah, and sometimes our lighting is not great either.
Yes.
Like Chloe looked like she did her blush in the dark, but that's okay.
It happens.
And what I would recommend is sticking with the same emolliencies. So like on one side on Chloe, I did a cream blush. So I like to create like a veil. So I'm not gonna take it off. What I'm gonna do is use a big fluffy brush and apply my foundation just on top. So it creates a really beautiful veil opposed to trying to take off all those layers. And it will really help diffuse it.
Yes.
And I love doing this as like a professional makeup artist because it looks like the blush is coming through the skin.
That's right, that looks beautiful.
See, way less diffused.
So that side was the cream side, and this side is the powder side.
So I always say stick powder to powder, cream to cream.
Yes.
And then this one, usually it's like you've applied too much bronzer or blush. And so again, use your translucent powder and just apply on top. And it'll, again, really diffuse that color.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's coming through the skin.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's way easier than trying to take it off. You're not going to take it off, so put something over it.
Exactly.
Okay, finally, let's go over to Jen now, our last model. We want to talk about concealer. What about if we went ham on our face with a concealer?
It's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much. So
now what?
I recommend is using like a thermal water spray or even your setting spray. And I would douse your brush, and literally I would just kind of like really pat the brush over on top, and it will kind of diffuse it out.
Oh, nice.
And it'll also seamlessly kind of blend it into your foundation that's underneath.
Beautiful.
But it'll move it without taking it off.
Yeah, once again, you're not rubbing it off.
No,
you're covering
you
it
don't
up.
want to rub it off.
Yeah, beautiful tips.
Yes.
I love that. And I had never heard these tips before.
Oh,
so
good.
15 years,
Yay.
never heard them, so thank you. Good for you, Grace. Want to look good and smell even better? Lise Wattier's signature fragrance, Neige Eau de Parfum Spray, has notes of hyacinth, lily of the valley, magnolia, and orange blossoms. Perfect for a romantic Canadian winter. It's valued at over $100. You're all taking one home. Grace, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Let's go to break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.